the upper right. In the blue, the crazy man, the mad lad. It's Bly.
Bliat. And his opponent, some call him the Prince of Denmark. He is perhaps the greatest Protoss player on Earth right now, MaxPax. I mean, Bly is kind of doing a mix of what we said. I mean, he's not quite taking the gold base for itself, but he's taking the gold base for the rich gas, right? So he's gonna use this as a staging point, I imagine, for a Queen Ravager push. Nothing else really makes sense to me of seeing this, because what he's gonna want to do is use that gas, right? So maybe transfer even a couple of drones all the way from his main wouldn't be the worst idea. But yeah, he wants to utilize that gas, and he doesn't care for the gold, right? Because that's gonna get sieged from the other side if he does put it closer. So very creative, very cool way to approach it from Bly. I think that if he puts it on his side of the map, then he has access to both the rich gold and the rich gas. So, you know, cool, but much further away. So, yeah.
One gold is good, Cats, but two must be better.
Yeah, I mean, technically this is his first gold, right? Like the other one is just the gas that he's looking for.
So you talk about adept sieging and making damage. You can of course build spines, which I think Bly's gonna do with these drones. The other thing, the benefit of taking it on this side rather than
insane, actually,
taking the gold base on the other side, is that even if you take the rich gas side, is that you can build roaches out of
this. This is so sad. Yeah, okay, this is better. I mean, yeah, I mean, Bly thought that he was countering a Nexus first at the gold from MaxPax. Is the issue there? So he never really quite scouted to see if that's what was going on. So he wasn't really preempting this expansion to actually make use of the gas, which is kind of sad, because, you know, it's a very powerful gas, the rich gas. In fact, if you take a rich Vespin gas first off of a hatch first, you can actually get link speed faster than you could off of a normal opening. So it's a deceitfully powerful gas, but maybe not amounting to much here. Is there a roach warren?
Okay, so why? Cats, explain something. Why is Cats mining off the blue minerals on the right side with that drone?
Where?
Like right here, we got a drone. It's got blue minerals. It mined a little bit of money out of this one mineral patch on the left side.
I guess just to get away from the adept, I suppose.
I guess, you know, get 5 minerals out. You know, a little bit of efficiency there.
Yeah, might as well.
So
probe will scout. No gases there, but he does see the saturation of the natural. I mean, this is a cool strategy for Bly, no matter how you spin it.
Like he is mining out of the. He is mining out of the rich gas base. So like there is that.
Yeah.
So MaxPax's response is glaives. Glaive adepts, get a warp prism, do all that.
Oh.
So
just
close. It gets wedged out. Okay, well this is not bad. We're
this
gonna
is
be
huge. This is massive.
Yeah, this is actually gonna
for Bly.
It's only gonna be like one dead probe though, so it does force a recall and it does slow things down. And Bly's gonna get a scout in the main base and see what's up. And by the way, the queen kills the zealot. So
which it wouldn't have otherwise. So yeah, it's good. I mean, that was good. That was great for Bly.
Is it good enough though? Right? Bly is still, he's mining on the rich gas. Sure, fine. Still very exposed. He did commit a lot of money to this other side of the map to make something happen. And like, yeah, he killed a probe. He killed a stalker. He got a scout. Is that enough to make you solidly defensive against these glaive adepts? They're going to go run and punish their gold base, and just, you can't deal with this without roaches, or really without ravagers to properly handle this. Is that enough?
He doesn't have a natural either. Oh my. Yeah, he doesn't have a natural expansion either, so it's extra tough, right? Because those drones, whenever they're not mining from the gold, they're just not mining from anywhere. And on the other side, so, oh my god, this is an exposed mineral line as well, right? That's the proper thing to try to make it so that those adepts won't reach the more annoying positions that they could have taken otherwise, but not before losing 12 workers. Does he actually manage to stop that? So Bly is in a world of trouble now.
You know, it's not just a world; it's a solar system of trouble, Cats. It's a galaxy of trouble. The universe. Words cannot describe how much trouble Bly's in right now. He's very dead. He's going to try to make something happen. He's building roaches, building ravagers, building lings. But the problem with Dynasty, if you don't proxy a hatchery, is Dynasty is a freaking massive map, Cats. It is not easy to run across the map and really do anything. So he's going to try to get on top of these Adepts, but Shade's right on through and not going to get on top of them. It's almost worth committing to that Shade to kill the Ravagers. Not enough, not quite worth it, but would have been interesting. And by the way, Bly's, he's mining 1 base minerals. He's not ever really able to hold on to the gold all that much. This is to the point where, because it's so obviously not the right answer to go mine these gold minerals, I think you just build, you build drones off of this. I guess MaxPax is checking now, but I think you build drones off the proxy gold and mine minerals there, because you're not allowed to go mine at your side of the map. Like, just drop a spine, try to do that, and maybe that's your comeback. But man, Cats, it is rough for Bly right now.
IVD rough, and now there's Dark Templar tech as well on the side here for MaxPax, who's gonna warp in 3 Dark Templars. There are 3 bases out of the map and no Lyra. Just gets started now on the side of Bly. So this should be pretty close to game ending, as they're gonna get dropped onto the gold. That base should have no say in staying alive, and those drones should have no real estate to go to. The Dark Templars are actually not even gonna focus the hatchery, but instead continue to chase the queens into the natural. I think that's a little bit of an overextension for MaxPax that might give Bly a little bit more hope than he needs in a game like this.
Yeah, no, it's maybe more hope than he... Files are not going to land, of course. And this is a bit of a shame, right? Because I like the idea behind what Bly is doing, is this get hatch. Keeps all the Dark Templar... I think he lost one on high ground, but for the most part, keeps them all alive. If this had been a setup where MaxPax took the gold base, I kind of like it for Bly. I think that's a pretty cool idea. But unfortunately, this is one of those builds from Bly that is very... It requires your opponent to do a certain thing, and if your opponent doesn't do the certain thing, your build is not going to work. And unfortunately for Bly, MaxPax did not play into Bly, and that means that Bly is words cannot describe how dead Bly is in this game. I'm not even... He is he's like 10 feet under, 12 feet under. You cannot smell his corpse twice. No chance.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you're completely right about that. I think the thing for Bly is if he could have just had like kind of like a different approach, should his first approach not work, right? Like if he could have somehow been like, okay, like I'm gonna scout and see if there is if that base does exist, and if it does exist, then great, go for the spines as you had originally planned. Be super annoying with that, deny the mining, and that's gonna be huge. But if it's not there, then maybe you should have a contingency plan that doesn't just outright kill you from investing into a hatchery that you just don't put to any use at all, right? Like such as, I don't know, do an all-in off of Ravagers or something like that, right? I think that's feasible, especially off of purple gas, and it's not that far away from the natural, so...
Hey, you know what? Cats, I have a dream. I have a dream that Bly on 2 bases is going to go for an... Oh, I... 1 base for it briefly, is going to go for a Nidus, and he's going to get all of his army into his opponent's main base and make a comeback happen, because the Bly Nidus is a classic for a reason. Now, the problem is, Cats, yeah, put the drones in the Nidus, put them on the other side proxy, because this has to be a base trade. Nothing else happens. Put the drones in the Nidus on the other side. Build. There we go. He's doing it. The classic Bly base trade. This is not... I don't think this is $300 though. Nearly enough to win the game, but it is fun, right? Like, he is making us think like maybe there's no zero shot. It's not worth $300. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200, but you can consider it. You can try. He's got the drones to try to fight. He does have the drones to try to fight, and I mean, yeah, he's probably gonna look for the fight right here, right now. This should be the last fight of the game, as he does focus fire one of the Immortals successfully. Nice little pocket of roaches sections off to try for the second, but it's not enough. And MaxPax, as the cool kids call him, is gonna take game number 1. You know, Cats, I don't call him MaxPax. Does that make me not cool? No, I don't think you need a help there. Transitive property. Got him. If the cool people call him MaxPax, I don't call him MaxPax. Therefore, I'm not cool. Therefore, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if that's how that works. I think that you are cool, Beowulf. Well, it's only fair because I've been watching Twitch chat all day, calling you hot. You're probably the coolest person on the Quidditch courts. Let's put it that way. Such a low bar, Cats.
Why? Wait, what do you mean that's a low bar? You're throwing shade to your own people?
Exactly. I got punched below the gut, so I got to like punch even lower. Punch down on someone else.
I see.
But, Cats, is only fair, right? If I'm gonna be cool, it's just that juxtaposition, because Twitch chat's been calling you just they're a big fan of that mustache. They're saying like the scarf.
I don't think it's there yet. My mustache, like I've been working on it a little bit. Like there's like this phase where it's just like no bueno, but I haven't been streaming and stuff, so I figured, you know what? Let's give this a couple weeks. No shave, and here we are. It's my first mustache ever.
I'm just saying, Twitch chat's saying you're hot, so I got to be cool by comparison. That's what it is.
I see. Thank you, Twitch chat. Thank you.
All right. Well, Amphion, MaxPax is certainly giving Bly new maps in the veto, whatever it is, which is fun. So Amphion, again, is that map. We saw that awesome Battlebee Clem series. Clem goes mech, Battlebee breaks him. It is a map that has some mineral patches that have kind of hybrid bases, half gold, half blue. They're far out, though, on the map, and I don't think we see Bly do anything with it. What do you think, Cats? Does Bly is there like something in your brain that's triggering another Bly crazy thing on this map?
I mean, maybe you could go for something with the mineral patches, right? Like some weird, I don't know, sort of 12 pull with 4 drone pull, or some weird stuff that I've never seen before, but that would come to mind when you see a map like this one. The problem with the hybrid bases in general is that they're almost never worth taking, because they're usually in a position where it's like, oh, you got to risk a little bit more, like walk a little bit more in order to take this. But at the same time, you only get the benefit of 2, in this case, 2 gold patches, and you have to micro for them, and it's just way too much. So hybrid bases, for map makers, just don't do it. Like, they're so bad. Unless you put a hybrid base in your natural base, then that's cool. That's different.
Okay, you're just making me sad about post-youth, Cats. Don't do that.
Yeah. What's the deal with post-youth?
Post-youth, the natural is a hybrid base. Hybrid? It's in base and it's hybrid. It is horrible.
Then it's good.
I hate it. Anyways,
I like it.
Bottom left in the red, he's up 1. It's MaxPax.
MaxPax. On the top left-hand side, it is his opponent, Bly.
Cats, if this was Amphion before it was added into ladder, I want to say that the mineral walls was it Amphion that had the mineral walls buffed to be 40 total minerals instead of 20, something like that.
I'm not sure.
20 minerals instead of like 10. There was a map that had actually opportunities for some really crazy all-ins, and they buffed the amount of minerals that you had to mine through to make that happen. Now, we got to talk about this game, because Bly opens hatch first, but also proxy hatches. So certainly he's not stealing money from his opponent necessarily in terms of trying to mine off a rich gas or something. But he is messing with how MaxPax wants to play. And that is it's how Bly plays. Right? We shouldn't be surprised to see MaxPax going or Bly going for this. But
could it be me? Oh my god.
Yeah, we are getting...
Someone lags hard. I mean, do you think it's me? What do you think?
We are getting some stutters. If you want to leave, you have the clean feed. So...
I do have the clean feed. I can leave and see what happens. No. So should I? I don't know. Yeah, sure. I'll leave. See what happens.
All right. So it looks like we're going to get back soon. Sometimes the whales go clockwise over the undersea cables, and that generates lag, whereas if they barrel roll counterclockwise, they would be fine. Anyways, we're now back in the game. And again, we're still talking about this proxy hash. Now, this forces a zealot out of MaxPax as well. Bly does the Evo cancel just for a little bit longer. But at the end of the day, there's enough DPS here. So MaxPax, he's being annoying, or Bly is being annoying. Does he steal the gas with the... Does he do anything more with the drone?
Just scout around, but yeah. There is a gas there that he could try for, but MaxPax is too good for it. Yeah, I mean, Bly did what he can do, right? Like this was fine for Bly. He's going to be comfortable playing from a position like this. Economically speaking, it's not bad at all. MaxPax is going to have his own Nexus delayed, so it's nice for Bly. It's just nice to get into that more chaotic zone where his opponents are not going to be as familiar with this territory as he is. So successfully does that.
Yeah, no, it's kind of the setup where we talk about MaxPax and PvP, right? Where MaxPax single gate expand. No one else does it. he forces them to play, or very rarely do these other players play. He forces them to play into how he wants to play. And MaxPax wins a lot of those games, in part because he's very good, and also in part he forces a game that people don't play all that much. Fly's trying to do the same thing here. Proxy hatch, delay the natural, mess with all your timings, mess with all your builds. But that only works if you don't take any damage on the other side. We've already seen one drone go down. Drones pulled off the natural.
Mining time lost.
Mining time lost from this drone in particular, but mining time lost. Like, MaxPax is not getting as much delay as we saw Bly get at the start, but he forces a ton of lings too. That's already damage by itself. That's a bunch of larvae that could have been drones.
Finishes the shade as well, so more drones are gonna end up falling here. At least 2 morphs already as the lings do try to cut off the adepts, but the adepts find a nice choke here and there to continue to transverse forward, and now finding up to 4, 5, 6 drones. This is game over pretty much.
Yeah. Pretty much. Fly, of course, famous for not leaving games. He's not fantasy, but in this game, I feel like he is living in a fantasy a little bit. This is a. This does
What
not
is your
feel
favorite
good.
fantasy world?
Yeah. Caught in a
What's your
landslide.
favorite? Caught in a landslide? Ah, I see.
Man,
From the Queen
talk
song.
about that though. Like there's this old StarCraft meme of, you know, like that refrain from Bohemian Rhapsody. You know.
Yeah.
Caught in a landslide, no escape from reality, whatever it goes. And it's like, I always thought that landslide would be a great, because almost every other word from that setup is this real life, this just fantasy, caught in a landslide, no escape from reality. Almost all of those words are StarCraft players. But we've never had a landslide. And I've always thought that landslide would be
That would be
such
cool.
a good name, right?
Yeah. What race would landslide play? Probably Zerg, right?
Yeah, that's my thought. I mean, like, comes
It
in
would
like
be kind of like on a
landslide,
laser
swarm,
thing.
like
Mio Micah could rename landslide.
there we go.
Right? Or laser.